Wasn't really expecting company, but gosh, wow, since you're here and it's been such a long time, let's catch up. Just take my shoes off, as one does. What's going on? How's things going? What's new in your life? Not much is new in mine. See, you do the talking. I'd love to hear what's new in your life because there's really nothing going on in mine. So, I'm gonna be honest, I have felt really crap so far, thus far in 2021. I haven't been taking care of myself that well, haven't been keeping up with my routines, like dumb things like fake tanning and stuff. So I've just felt a bit like, every time I look at myself, I'm like, ugh, why do you look like that? Yeah, I just kind of fell out of my routines this year so far. So I thought I would do a little video where we have a little catch up whilst I have a bit of a glow up. How does that sound? Do we like the sound of that? Because there's some things I need to address. I need to address this situation. It's been a year since I had my roots last bleached. Over a year since I've had a haircut, although I do give myself little trims every now and then, but I mean, just look at it. It's not the one, is it? So yeah, I thought I would do a video where we just chat whilst I glow up, as the kids say. I've actually been putting this off for a while. I had intended on filming this video a long time ago, but I just found it hard to get the motivation to film anything because, I don't know, it's just been tough. This third lockdown, being in winter, just hasn't been fun. Today's a lovely day though. It feels like spring, which is really exciting, but kind of scary because we had snow last week. Last week we were like in thick snow. Now it's like 13 degrees and I went out without a coat earlier. Like, that's worrying to me. So, the first thing I'm gonna do in my glow up attempt is dye my hair. And I have dyed my hair quite a lot over the past year through these lockdowns. When I was still pretty blonde, I was doing like pastel colours. Once the roots started to die out, I was just dyeing the ends like a darker colour to get a bit more of a blend in. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to just be dyeing like from here down, just brown. Just brown, and it's only semi-permanent, so it will fade back out to this kind of colour. And yeah, I'll give it a little bit of a style and stuff because that hasn't been done in a long time. Tomorrow I think I will do the fake tan, possibly this evening. Really depends on how I feel. So much effort. And I was originally gonna do, I got a brow lamination and lash lift kit last year. I was gonna do that in this video, but I think I might actually save that for another video and do that separately. So it will just be, for this video, it will be hair, tan, and some makeup because I don't really wear a lot of makeup anymore. Oh, I need to wash my makeup brushes though, they are so gross. The whole catch-up part might not come until like I'm doing my makeup because I don't know, I don't really feel comfortable filming and talking in my bathroom too much whilst I've got my parents home. But yeah, we'll just see how this goes. It'll be fun. You can see where I've cut my hair myself because it is not all the same length. Yes, isn't that just great? But I have high hopes. By the end of this I will look somewhat better. I'm hoping to go from, what would I say I am right now? Like a 4? 3 or 4? I want to get to like a solid 6.5. So, wish me luck. Let's go on this little journey together. Don't get me wrong, it's great that the sun's come out, but I can't see a thing. Oh. Switch to my special hair dyeing glasses. Oh, now I really can't see a thing. These are dusty. Horrifying. I bought this months ago. It is dusty. What? I can't see. Literally can't see. This is the Clairol Natural Instincts light brown. You can't see any. Oh my goodness, this isn't going to work out for me. I'm not intending to put any up here because it's obviously a really dark brown, but if I've got any left at the end, I might just run my fingers over it because I do have some grey hairs. So yeah, I might need to do that. Because I'm not bleaching or anything and I don't need it to be precise, I'm just going to do this really roughly because I can't be arsed. Now this is not my angle. Just ran out of storage on my phone. Of course I did. Why wouldn't I? Don't need that. I am a pro. Oh, I just lost a dollop of colour cream into the sink. That's annoying. I've only got one bottle of this as well, so I hope I've got enough. I always want to squeeze out every last drop of this shit. Because I've got really thick hair, so I need as much as I can get. Don't really think I need to read the instructions. I've used this before, but it won't hurt to just skim over. Another reason I'm not putting it on my scalp, obviously I don't need to put it on my scalp because the hair up there is darker, but I hit my head last week and I did break the skin, so I'm actually going to go into that a bit more later, but yeah, I don't want this anywhere near the back of my head where I hit my head. I keep having to delete stuff because I'm running out of storage, so this might actually really get filmed. We'll have to see how that goes. I mean, to be fair, it's not like I'm doing anything interesting. I'm literally just dyeing the ends of my hair brown, so I don't actually feel like you really need to see a lot of that, but I don't know, that might be some people's thing. The thing I definitely want to focus on the most, oh, Jesus, this lighting, is just making sure that it's blended where the dark brown is. Like if the ends are a little bit lighter, it's not really an issue. I just want it blended better because I am aware that I've only got one bottle of this. I don't think I've got enough dye to like fully saturate my hair. I also did terrible sectioning, so I don't know what I expect. It's really dark. That doesn't look like light brown to me. Nervous. Thank goodness it's only semi-permanent. Okay, I have rinsed my hair. I've had a bath. Done my skincare. Something isn't agreeing with me. I let my hair air dry, but I'm just gonna go and blow dry just the front part of my hair so I can eliminate the cowlick thingy that I have. It's really dark and I don't like it. But actually it's not that dark. I mean, it's wet, so I can't really tell, but it will be fine once I've got fake tan on. It's always what I say. It's fine once I've got fake tan on, but yeah, I'm not gonna tan until my hair is kind of dry, because otherwise, I don't know, the wet hair on the tan. I mean, I'm wearing a high neck thing anyway, but It's just how I roll. I don't tell my hair's wet, it's just what I do. But yeah, I'm gonna go and just blow dry the front bit of my hair. I haven't tanned in so long, I think it's gonna look really bad. Okay. Hello, good morning. It is the next day. I have just showered. Oh, it's a bit weird, isn't it? You can see that. I just showered my fake tan off and stuff. Decided to put some contact lenses in because why the hell not? I'm just going to do my skincare. Oh, I did not put the lid back on that last night. Yeah, I'm going to do my skincare and then hair and makeup. I hate the spray on this bottle. It's new, but once I finish this one, I think I might decant this into here because I hate this bottle. Yeah, today's Sunday, so I don't really have a lot on. I'm literally just filming this video. And as I'm wearing my contact lenses, I might go for a walk in the afternoon just to... It feels like a waste if I just wear my contact lenses indoors. I'm all out of serum, so I'm just going straight in with my moisturiser. I need to do a big... I mean, I'm not all out of serum. I've got a niacinamide serum, but I don't really tend to use that in the morning for some reason. I think you can, but I don't generally tend to. Yeah, I need to do a big skincare shop because I'm out of a lot of things, but I just don't really have the money to do so right now, so I'm just making do with the products I've got because I have got plenty of skincare products at the minute. I just don't really have a lot of the right stuff. Like I'm all out of hyaluronic acid and I'm out of glycolic acid, so I'm just spraying this spray on a cotton pad, which doesn't really feel like it does the same thing, but you know, I'm all about using what you've got. So that's the best I can do. I'm not gonna put SPF on right now. If I do decide to go back later, then I'll use a spray one over my makeup. It's been so long since I put fake tan and I'm not sure what foundation I normally use when I tan. Because at the end of the day, I know that none of my foundations actually match me, whether I'm tanned or not. It's just about finding the one that fits best. But yeah, I don't know what one to go with. Let's do a big one, I think. I feel like it might be a bit dark, I don't know. Anyway, let's get on to the catch-up section of this video. So, I've had a really, I mean, it doesn't come as a surprise because like we went into a lockdown on like, what was it? I don't know, was it the 2nd of January? I don't remember when we went into the 3rd lockdown, but it comes as no surprise that I've just had a bit of a start to this year. I'm just finding it a lot more difficult, and it must just be because it's winter. I mean, look at me right now. I look like someone that's never put makeup on before in their life. I don't remember how to talk and do makeup at the same time. Yeah, I just feel like I was out of all my routines. Like I haven't gone on as many walks as I was going on. I haven't been tanning or looking after myself that much. But I don't know, a couple of sunny days should sort that out. You know, if I just start to feel like spring is coming, then that would be nice. It was amazing to have snow last week, because just to have a change of, obviously the scenery is still the same, but in some way it's like a change of scenery. So that made a big difference. But something that keeps happening to me is that I keep falling over. So back in, I don't remember when it was, when would this have been? Very late January, early Feb maybe. I think it was pretty late January. I went on a walk and it was kind of icy that day, but not like mega. And and I just started to go down a hill that was like in a car park, and I just fell and landed on my knee, and I really did my knee in actually. It was really painful. It was only like a tiny little graze really, but it ripped a hole in my leggings, and I've still got a mark now, and it's been weeks, but I have still got like it's like a scar now. But I think I did more damage to the bone than anything else, because like it was just really internally sore for a while. Then, you know, a few weeks go by and the snow comes. So we're talking now, today is Sunday. So not the Thursday we've just had, but the Thursday before that. I went out on a walk in the snow, and I do apologise if you follow me on Instagram because you've already heard this story. But I was walking in the middle of the road, because apparently that's the safest place to walk in the snow, and I just fell over. I literally just did the biggest whoosh back and just fell like on my arse. It hurt my leg, hurt my ribs. It was just a nightmare, and I was holding my camera in my hands. That went down into the snow and got covered in snow, which I wiped off and didn't really think it was that bad at the time. So then I phoned my sister and I was like, oh, you'll never believe it, I just fell over, I feel so stupid. And we were talking on the phone, and then I was like, oh God, my camera is like soaking wet, and I had nothing to absorb the snow from it, because I only had like a scarf. This makeup looks terrible, by the way. It looks so bad. I shouldn't have put concealer on. It was just so bad. Yeah, I couldn't absorb the snow from my camera with my scarf, so I thought, oh, I'll go in my handbag. I think I've got tissues in there. So I go to take a look at my handbag, and I discover that my entire water bottle has leaked everywhere. There is actually no liquid left in my bottle. It's just completely leaked. So I say to my sister, like, oh my God, I've got to go, I've got a complete disaster, I've got to fix this. And then on my phone, I dropped my phone in the snow while I was still on the phone to my sister. So then my phone was covered in snow and just soaking wet. So I had a wet camera, a wet phone, the whole contents of my bag was wet. And it was just not a good time. Like at this point, I didn't even care anymore that I had fallen over and that I was soaking. It was just all my belongings that were fucked. But once I managed to sort of get everything dry, I decided to carry on with my walk because I was already out. I might as well persevere. So yeah, I did that. And what is going on with my skin? My skin is so bad. I'm just gonna put concealer everywhere. This is supposed to be a glow up, and I feel like it's not gonna end up that way. But yeah, so then that happened. So then the Friday, I was a bit stiff and a bit sore, so I thought I will stay in today. I won't go for a walk in the snow, and I will rest up, and I'll go out again tomorrow on Saturday for another walk in the snow, because I really wanted to make the most of it. Like I went out every day in the snow until that Thursday. So I went out like 5 days in the snow because I was just loving it. And then Saturday morning, I'm getting ready for the day. It's about 8:30 in the morning. I wanted to go on another walk, as I said. And there's a particular patch on my bedroom floor where I stand and spray like hairsprays, my face mist and stuff. And it's just always slippery there. And I usually wear slippers in my bedroom lately, but I was just wearing really, really fluffy socks, and I just walked on this patch and had the worst fall that I've probably had since I was a child. It was bad. I just went whoosh, and the first thing I landed on was my head. You know, my back didn't take any of the weight, like everything else felt pretty fine. It was just the back of my head, it just smacked. I don't know how I didn't have a big gush of blood, because your head is quite sensitive, it bleeds quite easily. I really don't know how I didn't crack my skull, because it was bad. My mum came running upstairs. She thought I dropped like she thought like my wardrobe fell over. That's how much of a thud it made. So yeah, then I couldn't go out for the rest of the day because I felt so ill. I felt sick, I had headaches. It was really not a good time. If there wasn't a pandemic on, I might have considered going to A&E because it was such a hit. It was such a whack to the head. But you know, if I would have had like blood coming out my ears or my nose or anything like that, then I would have gone. And also, like, in the evening we were watching like game shows and I was getting all the answers right. That sounds like a really big brag. But I was getting answers right, so like we knew there was no like cognitive issues there. But how long can a girl blend this in for? Because it's not getting any better, so I don't know what else I can do, because I've got like a big white patch around my eyes, like I've been wearing a mask. It doesn't look good, and I'm a different colour to my... What can you do? Really, fuck it. What else can I do? So yeah, so I was fine in that like aspect of it, but getting towards the evening, I noticed I had a really stiff neck and my neck was in a lot of pain. And I just thought that was because I've been laying down all day. Like I just spent like the whole day laying down with ice on my head. Which I actually read on the NHS website that you're not supposed to. You're supposed to ice, if you have a head injury, you're supposed to put ice on your head every 4 hours for 20 minutes. I had ice on my head for about 12 hours. But maybe that's why I'm fine. But yeah, I had a really stiff neck, and then I woke up and my neck was so stiff. And I also had a lot of pain in my abdomen. It was like I'd done the world's most intense ab workout in my whole life. Not that I would actually know what that's like, but yeah, it was bad. So I went on Google, and I know it's annoying when people self-diagnose, but I think I had whiplash. I think I must have tried to stop myself from hitting my head, but I hit my head anyway. So I reckon maybe the way I tensed my abs to try and jerk back, I don't know, but because they actually still hurt now, and it's been a week and a day, so they still hurt now. My neck is a lot better. It still feels a bit not right, but it's so much better. Yeah, and my dad thinks the reason I fell on my head was because I had my phone in my hand, and I must have subconsciously not wanted to drop my phone. But I mean, this fall was so bad that my glasses actually flew off my head, and I threw my phone somewhere. My phone ended up just sliding across the room. But yeah, I think I gave myself whiplash from the jerk of the fall. So that was fun. I ended up being in bed from Saturday until Wednesday, I think. Just in bed the whole time, pretty much exclusively, because I just felt rotten. I felt like, I said to my dad, I don't feel like I've been hit by a car. I feel like that's dramatic, because don't forget, I'd fallen over 2 days before, so I was really sore from that. Yeah, I was like, I don't feel like I've been hit by a car, but I feel like I've been hit by like a golf buggy at 8 miles an hour. Like, I feel like I've had some impact, but nothing too major. But yeah, I didn't feel great for days. For days and days. And the reason I've told you that story in so much depth and detail is because that's pretty much the only thing that has happened to me. So, you know, you've got to milk these things when you can. Yeah. Nothing else really has been happening because we're in a lockdown. It's the 21st of Feb today, and yeah, what else can I say? I'm watching some Netflix things. Me and my family are watching Firefly Lane at the minute. We've got 2 episodes left. I think it's pretty good. It's all right. It's not like the best thing I've ever seen in my life, but I enjoy it. It's kind of, don't know, I feel like if you like This Is Us, then you'd like Firefly Lane. God, this looks horrendous. It's really like just patchy. I don't want to have to put like foundation over the top of it, because that's just like going to be a lot of makeup, but it don't look good. Hopefully my hair will cover it all up. yeah, I would recommend Firefly Lane if you're looking for something to watch on Netflix. It's fun. It goes like back and forth in time. Yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. Nothing else really. I've been into The Sims a lot lately. For pretty much the whole of, from when lockdown started last March up until like the end of the year, I just didn't play The Sims. I just really went off it. But I am really, really into it at the minute, and I'm trying to make myself do things that I've got to do, but I just end up playing The Sims. So, you know, that's that. That came out really gloopy. Oh my goodness. By the way, hi, if this is the first video of mine you're ever watching, I am no good at makeup, just so you know. I feel like most people my age were like heavily into like makeup tutorial phases, you know, when everyone was just watching makeup people on YouTube, beauty gurus. I didn't really do that much, so therefore I'm not very good at it. I actually really should trim my eyebrows. Let's do it now while the idea's there. I just went out of storage again for like the 12th time, so you missed a little bit of my eyeshadow, but I think you will live, because you're seeing the worst bit now, the bit where I don't know how to do this thing that everyone seems to know how to do, but I missed that lesson. But you know what? Once you blend it all out, I don't think it really matters. You can see that an effort was made, and God loves a trier, so I don't know what I'm doing. Never have, never will, in any aspect of anything. I really don't know why I thought a catch-up video would be good when there's nothing really to catch up on. Oh, I'll tell you something I'm proud of. I have not bought a single item of clothing or anything to wear since, I don't know, the first half of December, definitely, because obviously we went into a lockdown and then I was just buying Christmas stuff. So yeah, definitely since like 2.5 months nearly, so that's cool. I wasn't like intending on doing a low buy or no buy sort of thing, but it's ended up this way for this part of the year. But I'm definitely not going to be keeping it up. But I always what's the word I was looking for? I'm always trying to buy less, but I actually am at the minute, so that's cool. What am I looking for? All my brushes are really wonky because I washed them yesterday and they dried funny. I know. So yeah, I haven't bought anything to wear, and I think I might buy some stuff in March if I see things, but like I'm not going to buy things just for the sake of it, but if I see anything then I will. I have some money to spend on, there's a website called Thrift Plus where you send them your clothes and they sell them, and then you get some profit and a chosen charity of your choice gets some profit. I think I've got about £11 credit to spend on there, so I might take a little look, see at if they've got anything next month. And also my mum's been shopping at Sainsbury's. When we always used to shop with Tesco, but she was really struggling to get shopping slots because of lockdowns and stuff, so she started using Sainsbury's. So I've got my Nectar card linked to that account, which means I've got about 14 quid worth of Nectar points, so I might use that on eBay to get some stuff if I should see anything, but I'm not like actively gonna do that. What the fuck am I doing? Who even knows? I'm gonna call it a day on that bit. There's a hole in one of my favourite t-shirts. Oh well, I will wear it until it's falling apart. We're gonna do that bit where people go under there, which is really gross. I always have to hold my eyelashes back. I don't know how people do it. Just, ugh, I feel like it would touch your eyeball and that's gross. Anyway, I'm sorry that, you know, I haven't really uploaded anything this year apart from my 1 second a day video. You know, I just don't have a lot of motivation or, I guess, creativity at the minute, and also, you know, I love filming videos when my family are home, and they are home all the time, as they should be. So yeah, it's just hard for me. I mean, I've never been a YouTuber who consistently uploads anyway. I've always been pretty sporadic, so I don't think it comes as a shock to anyone. It's not what people really signed up for, so, you know. Really disappointed with the skin makeup. Maybe I should put some bronzer on. I'm not very good at doing bronzer either though, to be fair. I just kind of go like whoosh, 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 whoosh. Oh dear. It's like I know everything you're supposed to do. Like I know you're supposed to go in a 3 with the bronzer, but it's just like it never goes right, and it's just not fair. Go do some highlighter. God, my makeup is so old and so dusty. It's bad. My eyelashes in the corners always stick together. They're like best friends. Never want to be apart from one another. I got this new eyeliner recently. It's just an e.l.f. eyeliner felt tip pen. There you go. Bit of interesting or not so interesting information for you. I hate doing eyeliner. How am I supposed to do this? The fact that this is me trying my absolute best at makeup is actually pretty amusing. Is anyone else really nervous for when life goes back to quote unquote normal? Like, obviously living through a global pandemic has not been something I have enjoyed, but I am such a hermit by nature. I get really accustomed to this lifestyle. It's a way that I have lived in the past. Like I have for a couple of years lived like that, like going out once a week to Tesco and like just, oh god, I can't do eyeliner like that. So yeah, it's a really easy lifestyle for me to fall into. So I don't know, the thought of just going out and socialising is so scary. Like I wasn't good at it to start with. I can't see how I'm gonna manage it. The thing I'm looking forward to the most anyway is just having a change of scenery. Like I'm just looking forward to like one of the first things I want to do once I feel, and also I can never finish a sentence. I should also preface this by saying like everyone's gonna have their own personal thing of when they feel safe to do things. Like some people might feel happy to go and do a certain thing the minute lockdown ends. Someone might not feel happy doing that same thing for 5 months after. Do you know what I mean? So just be mindful of that with other people as well. With so if someone says they're not ready, you know, just respect that. I know most of you would anyway, but yeah, one of the things I want to do when I feel ready to is just have a day in London by myself. walking around taking pictures. That's just what I love to do, so I can't wait to do that. And I can't wait to just go on a train and just go somewhere that's like a 20-minute train ride and just see something different. It's just been so monotonous just seeing the same things day after day. And I miss, like, I mean, my family we don't have a car, but I do miss, I've been in a car like twice in a year. It's kind of crazy. I have no idea when I'm going to feel ready to go back to football. That's for sure. I mean, I don't know when they're going to even allow people back in. Because I'm not sure I'm even going to feel ready once I've had the vaccine, because there's a difference between your body being ready and your mind being ready. Like, I'm scared. It's bad. I really need to throw this mascara away. Doesn't really do a lot, and it is old. I'm gonna do it right now with you as my witness. We're saying goodbye to the Benefit Their Real Tinted Primer. Bye. And we're going in with a little bit of Glossier. Have I done anything else lately? Have I got anything else to say? Not really. Have I watched anything good recently I can recommend other than Firefly Lane? What have I watched? Oh my goodness, it's 11:15. Oh, my dad's 60th is next month, and I'm going to assume we're still going to be in lockdown by then. I don't know for sure though, because Boris is doing a speech tomorrow. His birthday is on the 14th of March, so I don't know. It would be lovely if my sister was allowed to just come in the garden, because at the minute you're not allowed in people's gardens. It would be lovely if we could just have her come in the garden. Yeah, my dad's birthday actually falls on Mother's Day this year. I sort of asked my mum if she wanted to maybe move Mother's Day to a different day so she doesn't have to share it with my dad's 60th, but we haven't come to a definite thing about that yet. Where's my iPad? So yeah, for my dad's birthday, I'm not done with my makeup by the way, I just can't talk and do makeup at the same time. I've no idea what to get him. What do you get someone that has everything or has the ability to buy himself whatever he wants? And also I don't have a lot of money because I'm not getting any income right now, so it was really tough to just think of what to get him. I'm just gonna do him, I might get him a couple of other bits as well, but I've got him like a wooden box from the works. I mean, I could just show you, it would make sense. I got him this box from the works. It was 10 quid, it's a really good size box. And I'm thinking I'm going to decorate it. I don't know how yet though. But this is a box of everything, not everything, of how the world looked the year he was born. So, I am going to do a scrapbook which is going to have in it things that happened the year he was born, pictures of things, just things relevant to 1961. Not everything's come yet, but I've got him 3 books from the year that he was born. I got Stranger in a Strange Land. These are all secondhand as well. A lot of this is all of it's secondhand. I like secondhand things. Also got Revolutionary Road, and I'm waiting on The Winter of Our Discontent by John Steinbeck. A couple of films. I got Lover Came Back, which is a Doris Day film. I've forgotten the title of one that hasn't come yet, but it's a Marilyn Monroe film, and 101 Dalmatians. I also got him a football magazine, a Chelsea programme, not magazine, Chelsea programme. This is actually a month and a day after he was born. This is Chelsea v Arsenal, 15th of April 1961. These are very flimsy and delicate, but it's pretty cool. It's 60 years old. I got him a coin from that year. This is a threepence, I think. I like I know what's going on in the world. And then 3 Meccano magazines. I wish I could get him some Meccano because I know he would love some original Meccano, but it is so expensive. If you don't know what Meccano is, it's like these metal things that people used to use to build things. It was a toy. I've also got him an annual from that year. It's just called Boys Annual. I don't really know what it is. It's like a comic-y thing. I don't know. A couple of honourable mentions of things I wanted to get. I wanted to get a board game or something, but they're all just out of my price range. That famous pull-along telephone, Fisher-Price telephone, they have it in Toy Story, that came out that year. I thought it would be quite funny to buy one of them, but again, a little bit more than I want to spend for like a joke gift. But yeah, if anyone else is stuck for a gift, I think it's something that will be appreciated. I hope it will be, because I just didn't know what else to get. Oh yeah, I'm also going to get a couple of foodie drink items that came out that year. Sprite actually came out that year, and Coffee Mate. So yeah, just loads of things like that. I've just been doing a lot of research on it, and yeah, hopefully it will be well received. My mum's bought him a PlayStation, so I might get him a game for that, but we'll see when my budget is, because I don't know yet how it's gonna be. Do you know what? Ever since lip liner had its moment in, when do we think lip liner started becoming a thing? 2015? I mean, I know it was a thing, but when did it start becoming popular? I would say 2015, maybe 2014. I have never ever not worn it. If I'm wearing lipstick, I will be putting lip liner on. I never ever skip it. Crazy. Sometimes I even just put lip liner on. I feel like it would be wrong for me to talk about lip liner and not tell you what I'm using. I'm using the Essence Soft Contouring Lip Liner in the shade Big Proposal, and I like it a lot. Big fan of Essence lip liners. I've got quite a few. Yeah, it just seems crazy to me that before this big lip liner resurgence, I didn't own lip liner, and now I have a whole thing dedicated to it. I'm going to use JLo's Nude in the L'Oreal Colour Riche, one of my favourites. Right, I'm going to do my hair, and I don't know whether to film it or not because it's a bit boring. I bought some hair extensions in January. Still bloody paying for them because I paid with Klarna. And they perfectly matched my hair before, but I dyed it yesterday, so I don't know how they're gonna look, so we shall see how they look. But yes, it's not great. This is not a great look. I'm really light here. Oh well, fuck it, who cares, no one's gonna see. Sorry again, my camera ran out of storage again, so I didn't film like hardly anything of my hair. My extensions don't really match greatly, but I went to the effort of putting them in, so I'm going to keep them in. But for anyone who's wondering what my hair looks like just brown, because obviously these are ombre, I will insert something of the extensions out so you can see just some brown boring hair. I forgot to film that part. And I went for a walk, and now it's like the sun is setting, so the lighting's terrible, and I am a hot, sweaty mess. But this is my hair without the extensions. It looks better without the extensions. But yeah, I've just been down to like walk along the river, so I've been in the wind and stuff, so it doesn't look great, but yeah, it was sunny. I got to wear sunglasses, can you believe it? I thought I would feel like better about myself, I haven't given myself a little glow up, but I don't really like it. I don't think I'm used to seeing myself with the fake tan on, and I don't think the fake tan went on well. I'm not really vibing with it. Maybe I'm just so used to seeing myself look rubbish that I'm just not feeling it. What are you doing? Why are you trying to give me like a microphone moment? Yeah, so it's an underwhelming video. But thanks for watching regardless. I'll see you again in another few months. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all staying well physically and mentally, because both of those things are hard to maintain. Although do you know what, I can't believe I've not had a cold. It just goes to show that wearing a mask and washing your hands, you don't pick up any nasties, because I've not had a cold in so long and I'm someone who's majorly susceptible to catching colds, so mad. Yeah, hope you're all alright. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.